Hello, my name is Emily Rose, and I teach tarot readers and the mystically minded to read Lenormand like they're talking to a friend. And today we are here to learn what you need to know about the anchor card in Lenormand. Let's go ahead and get started. The anchor is one of these cards that you don't want to overthink too much. If you just think about what an anchor does, you drop it down to stay in one place for a period of time. And basically, you can carry that meaning straight over to Lenormand. The anchor shows a sense of kind of semi-permanence. You can draw up the anchor, but it's going to take some effort. And when you put down the anchor, it shows that you are going to be there for some length of time. So some of the key words I associate with the anchor are withstanding, durability, security. This also really talks about your security in certain contexts. And it also kind of shows semi-permanence, that things are going to stick around for a while. I think a little bit about safety too. If we are in a love context and, someone's asking, is my relationship secure? Is it going to last? You tend to want to see the anchor coming up there, as long as it's not modified by something like the mice or the scythe or something like that that shows that it's being nibbled away at, or security, durability of the relationship is being cut off. So whenever you get the anchor in a relationship reading, especially when you're asking about its status, it's showing that it's pretty secure. It also can kind of give you a sense of a little bit of predictability with the relationship, that it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Now, if we're in a work context, some people do use the anchor to represent their kind of 9 to 5 job, or the main way that they are bringing income in. And depending on your teacher, kind of who you learn from, what book you use, you may actually charge or assign meaning to the anchor to simply represent that. So when you charge a card, remember, you take away the original meaning of it. So you can charge the anchor so it just represents your job. Simply, that's it. I like to use the fox personally, but you can use the anchor. Many people do. If you are not charging the anchor as your work card, then it can just simply represent a very secure job of some kind. It can show kind of like seniority, things like that, that you're going to be at that job for a while and it's very secure. In some cases, especially when it's accompanied by negative cards, it can show kind of an attachment to something that may be unhealthy. So this could be like workaholism, things like that, just depending on your context. So you do kind of want to look for that, because the anchor can show being a bit stuck. I like to use the mountain more for feeling stuck, but if the anchor is accompanied by negative cards, it can lean towards that meaning in some cases. If you are in an advice context and the anchor comes up, this can show that it's time to just stick with what you're doing. You just want to stay the course. You don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to waver. This is also a card about protection. So sometimes in an advice context, especially in a spiritual advice context, it could ask you to look at what kind of protection you are using. And this could also talk about physical security too. So you just want to look to what kind of question you ask. But generally, in an advice context, when the anchor comes, many of my students know I say this a lot, you want to pick it and stick it. If you would like to learn even more about the anchor card in Lenormand, I do have an anchor card page dedicated to it, which has sample card spreads, and it also has sample card combinations. You can find that linked down below. And if you would like to learn even more about Lenormand, I do offer a free 3-lesson mini course to help get you started reading. And you can find that at emilyrosedivination.com/mini course. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.